Azrael.
Dark days are here, Batman. The prophecy has come true. From the ashes of Arkham City, the fires are raging, and Gotham is burning.
Welcome everyone to some side mission gameplay for Heir to the Cowl. Within this side mission, we see the return of Azrael, who appeared back in Arkham City. If you guys remember, back in our first encounter with Azrael, he told us about a prophecy, which stated that Gotham would one day burn, and the legacy of Batman would come to an end. Turns out, that prophecy ended up coming true. Just as Azrael says, dark days are here, and the prophecy pretty much was correct in a sense that Batman's identity was destroyed, and Gotham was targeted pretty heavily by the Scarecrow, so I think that was pretty cool for Rocksteady to incorporate. I know for a fact that back in Arkham City, once we heard that prophecy, that led fans to speculate a lot about what would happen within the next game in the Arkham series, and it was cool that Rocksteady kind of stuck with that theme from the prophecy. Gotham did pretty much burn. We had the big cloud burst, which pretty much just wreaked havoc all around the city, intoxicating everyone with fear, and I thought that was pretty much Gotham burning. And we of course had the legacy of Batman ending, since his identity was now revealed to the entire world, so that's how the prophecy came true. Within this side mission, you have conversations with Azrael about how he would eventually take up the mantle of being Gotham's protector. So, in turn, Azrael has to prove himself to Batman by facing off against a couple of AR challenges, which I think was pretty cool. You know, I thought the way that they incorporated Azrael and the way that you could actually play as him was pretty exciting. You know, he just adds to the great list of different playable characters, and I'm hoping that in the near future, if Rocksteady adds in some different challenge maps as DLC, we can also play as Azrael. But one thing I wanted to touch on was the ending of the game. Now, I am planning to make a completely separate video talking about my speculation and all of my theories regarding the Nightfall Protocol, but one of those theories I really wanted to mention within this video because it relates to Azrael. So, as you guys know, within the Nightfall Protocol ending, we get this really weird ending where we see these criminals trying to rob a family, and from that ending we know that Batman was pretty much considered dead, but then we see what looks like Batman on a rooftop, but when we see what that actually is, it turns out to be some sort of demon-based Batman, which we also saw within Scarecrow's hallucinations near the end of the game. So that led me to believe that someone or something is using fear toxin to control crime within the city. And I felt that since we know within the comic books Azrael ends up taking up the mantle of Batman, what if Rocksteady's approach on that storyline is by having Azrael use fear toxin as his method of fighting crime? I think that's kind of my theory, but at the same time, you know, there's a couple of flaws with that theory, but at the same time, you know, I feel that since we have no explanation as to what that demon Batman was at the ending of the Nightfall Protocol, I think as of right now, it's just up to the fans to speculate who that was. Now, based on the comic books where Azrael takes up the mantle of Batman, I think it was great that Rocksteady kind of touched on that topic a little bit within this side mission, since Azrael's pretty much telling Batman, you know, I'm ready to take up the mantle, and Batman's kind of telling him, wait, I'm not done yet, you know, this is still my city, you know, I'm not done being the protector. And I think since the ending of the game turns out to reveal Batman's identity, I think that's a perfect time for Azrael to step in and take up the mantle, you know, right then and there. But as you'll see towards the ending of this side mission, Azrael is actually not after taking up the mantle of Batman. He's pretty much trying to do something similar like Ra's al Ghul, which is to kill Batman and to cleanse the city of all evil. And that's kind of a similar way that Ra's al Ghul would do. You know, he doesn't believe in justice. He believes in just killing the guilty. So within this side mission, you end up learning that Azrael's true mission wasn't to continue on Batman's legacy. It was pretty much to end it and begin a new way of cleansing the city of crime. And that's something that even Azrael wasn't aware of, because the Order of Saint Dumas is such a, it seems like a corrupt religion for Azrael. And you'll see within the side mission exactly what I mean, for those of you who are confused on who Azrael is or what his mission is. So I think, you know, Rocksteady did a great job with incorporating Azrael's backstory with the Arkham Knight storyline. So overall, I think it's definitely just pure speculation onto who that demon-based Batman was. But if it was Azrael, it kind of makes sense, you know. Azrael's pretty much not happy with the Order of Saint Dumas and their sort of brainwashing methods to get Azrael to kill Batman. So in turn, Azrael may think of a different way to protect the city, and that is to not only be the new Batman, but maybe to use fear toxin on his enemies, because Batman also directly says himself that there has to be someone new to take up the mantle, and someone who can strike new fear onto the enemies of the city. And he says that within the Catwoman mission, I believe, when you're saving her from the Riddler. He tells her that, you know, there has to be someone new to take up the mantle and strike fear into the hearts of those who are evil within the city. And I think using fear toxin would be an interesting method. I know a lot of people think, you know, fear toxin is involved, and I do too, because I think when we saw that Bat Demon within Scarecrow's hallucination when he was seeing his worst fears, then I was thinking, okay, then if these thugs are also seeing the same Bat Demon, then that means fear toxin is somehow involved. And we could all speculate who took up the mantle of Batman or who used the fear toxin against the enemies. And I think Azrael is definitely our best bet here, because he takes up the mantle in a very interesting way within the comic books. And I think if Rocksteady stuck with that storyline, then it would just make sense altogether. But thanks for watching, everyone. Some gameplay here today of Heir to the Cowl. This is pretty much our closure that we get with Azrael, who we saw back in Arkham City. Now, in future DLCs, hopefully we can get some explanations as to what the ending meant with the Nightfall Protocol and exactly who took up the mantle. I'm assuming we may get those answers within DLCs, but who knows. Thanks so much for tuning in to some more Arkham coverage here on my channel, and be on the lookout for an official review of Batman Arkham Knight as a whole. That'll be uploading in the next 2 days. I recently completed the game 100%, so I have a lot to say regarding my entire review. Thanks for watching, everyone, and enjoy the last 2 or 3 minutes here of this side mission. I want you guys to listen up very closely to what Batman has to say, as well as Azrael. Peace.
You are to be commended, Azrael. You have passed the test. I will contact you when I have made my decision.
There is no decision to make, Batman. I am ready now.
I decide how this works, not you.
Every moment you waste, Gotham falls deeper into the abyss. Make your decision fast, or she will be lost forever.
Sir, we have a positive ID on Azrael. His real name is Michael Lane. He was a GCPD officer before he was dismissed due to psychological issues. And then, well, he seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth.
That must have been when he was recruited by the Order of Saint Dumas.
It gets decidedly more peculiar, sir. The Bat computer has picked up an irregularity in Lane's physiology. I've not seen anything like this before.
Upload the data to the clock tower. I can analyze it from there.
Right you are, sir. I'm sending over the data on Michael Lane now. I'm no neurologist, sir, but I can quite confidently assert that doesn't look like it belongs in one's brain.
It's a surgically implanted microprocessor interfacing with the temporal lobe, the region of the brain used for storing and accessing memories.
Which memories, sir?
Visualizing now.
Azrael, protector of faith, defender of purity. The Order of San Dumas has safeguarded Gotham for over 500 years. And it is your sworn duty to continue our legacy. You have studied the Dark Knight for years, learning his every strategy, analyzing his every tactic, perfecting his every move. Now, it is time to complete your mission. Seek out the Batman. Prove that you are his worthy and trusted successor. Only when you have won the Batman's trust will you be able to fulfill your destiny.
His intentions do seem pure, sir. Are you suggesting these recollections have been tampered with?
I am. Alfred, I know this symbol from Arkham City. It's the Order's sacred language. They've implanted markers into Lane's memories to modify his behavior unconsciously. If I can find the other markers, I'll be able to reconstruct the waveform and reveal the message. Nothing in this area. I need to scan the markers in order to reconstruct the waveform. Scanning that marker has reconstructed part of the waveform. It's working. Another portion of the waveform has been restored. Almost there. There's probably one more marker to find and scan. That's it. The waveform is complete. This should reveal the message.
The Dark Knight stands in the way of our cause. He prevents the evil of Gotham from facing true divine justice. When you have proven yourself, wait for your moment and then strike him down. Take your rightful place as Gotham's new guardian. A guardian wholly willing and relentless in his quest to protect this city.
They certainly don't mince their words, do they, Master Bruce? How will you stop him?
He won't.
Lane.
Lane is dead. I am Azrael, Knight to the Order of San Dumas.
The Order has lied to you, stolen your free will.
Liar! You stand in the way of true justice!
We're on the same side, Michael.
No. No! I know who I am. I know what I am doing.
In that case, the choice is yours.
Protector of faith, you know what must be done. The Dark Knight must be slain. The blade calls to you, Azrael. Its one true master. He stands in your way. Gotham will be yours.
I thought myself the instrument of God, not the tool of man!
You made the right decision, Michael.
I do no one's bidding but God's. The Order must answer for what they have done to me.